And the way you can help me to flow is that you will help me to show your face. If you want me to flow, you want me to have very good rapport in this class, please show your face. All right? As much as you can. Do what you can to show your face. All right. So, tips to passing IELTS tomorrow. That is, if you're writing tomorrow, what are the tips? Number one. And of course, if you're not writing tomorrow, you're writing the next 1 week or next 2 weeks, you already have your date of exam. All right. Let me record this because this is a special edition. If anybody's having difficulty to join, please tell them to go and join our YouTube page right away. Our YouTube is alive and it's live. So let me get the link out so that whoever wants to join can join immediately. We are live on YouTube, and there's nobody currently watching. Okay. So I will share the YouTube page everywhere so that whoever it is that wants to join our YouTube page can just join now. I will share it around. If you are please, if you are not able to connect now, please go on our YouTube page. It's live. And if you know anyone that wants to sit for the exam and is here, you are going to share testimony that I said it to. You have passed. The person has already passed. And like I said, my motivational strategies videos. You want the best, show me your face and interact with me. All right, interact with me. Let's communicate. Don't be frowning at me. All right, let's have interaction. I see that quite a number of persons have joined. Please do me the favor, turn your videos on, please. Please, we are 15 here. Let everyone have their videos on. Even if you cannot show your face, show something. You can show the wall, you can show your fan, you can show your anything, but please turn your videos on. It's good for the flow. It makes the class to gel. It makes us to communicate properly. It allows me to say the things I intend to say and the things I don't intend to say. That will help you to do well. Please turn on your videos. I'm saying it over and over again because I want everybody to do that right now. Turn on your videos so that we can have the best kind of interaction that we need for the class. So thank you everyone for responding. Can I have someone that can be responding, like a voice that can be using to show response? Blessing, will you be happy to do that? Who would like to be my hype person? You want to be my hype person, someone that there's no noise around your area, and you'll be able to respond. As I'm saying yes, you are saying yes. As I'm communicating, you are communicating. Anybody like that? Anybody? Blessing, why now? Why are you not responding to me today or 4 days? Blessing, I don't even know if you're sharing me or not. I really wish to. Yeah, I understand. Which is around. Okay, I've seen your message. Okay. Anyone that wants to help us as hype man, anybody? Sarah, why are you shy? Are you feeling shy? Or children around you too? Anyways, so we move on. Well, I'm going to start with general preparation. You want to sit for IT tomorrow, all right? What things you need to do now that can help you to be able to secure success in tomorrow's exam? Number one, please write these things down, and if possible, practice it verbatim. Number one, sleep early. Sleep early. Don't make a mistake of going on night duty a day before your IELTS exam. If you do so, you are risking your success. And the reason I said that is because you need the energy. You need the energy of your mental faculty. And the energy of your mental faculty is found in two spheres of rest. Number one, physical rest. And number two, mental rest. You need to have a time that your body is not doing anything so that your mental faculty can recoil. And by recoiling, it will put your mind in a position to be able to carry out the most accurate activities of that particular time. Now, number two, if you are able to wake up after 4 to 6 hours of sleep, for example, if you sleep by 8 o'clock and you wake up by 2 or 4, all right, that time that you wake up, take your bath, wash your teeth, and prepare for the exam. All right? Then that is if you wake up between 2 or 4. If you wake up between the hours of 2 or 4, take your bath, wash your teeth, prepare for the exam physically, then you can actually spend like 15 minutes to do your religious activities. If you are someone that does prayer, you can pray 15 minutes. If you're someone that maybe you're a Muslim and you pray in the morning, you can do your prayer. Whatever kind of thing you believe in, if you want to pray, you pray 15 minutes, and then you try a short practice. That is just to review. It's more like a mental thing. You will do a practice I've done before. It could be listening, it could be reading. Just all this I'm saying is just 1 hour. Just try a few practices, or you can review your notes. You can just do some form of revision within 1 hour. That is between the hours of maybe, if you woke up by 2, you prepare till 3. Between 3 and 4, you do some prayer. 3:30 to 4:30, use it for your prepare for just a few things. If you woke up by 4 to 4:30 preparation, 4:30 to 5:30, you use that one to pray and then do some little review. The review is just to check out your skills, just to be able to rewind your mind to get to the point when the skills are burning in your head. You understand what I mean? Just to remind yourself of the skills I've learned. So let me talk about listening quickly. What are the things you need to remember about listening? So if you can write this down, this can be what you will review tomorrow morning by that 4:30 to 5:30. You get it now. And you can actually apply. You can just do one aspect of listening just to remind yourself. All right, things you need to really remember that should be burning in your head before you go to the exam. You can quickly revise them. All right, and if you're able to revise them, you are able to just apply maybe one or two just to see that it's working. That's all. Now, the key thing about listening that you need to remember is that you must, now for those people that have not gotten this understanding before, you understand, you might need a full class on it, but for those who are writing tomorrow, definitely it's not going to be anything. I'm telling you. You must ensure that the same time you are reading your question is the same time they are starting the conversation. That is the first thing. Number two, make sure that you spend a lot of focus on the question so that you can pick the keywords. Learn that you will not be listening to the conversation for the first 2 minutes. The first 2 minutes is for preamble. That 2 minutes, you are expected to cover the first at least 20 questions. When I said cover 20 questions, I mean underlining the keywords for the first 20 questions. Underline them or tag them or mark them in your sheet. Mark them in your sheet. If you are doing computer, snip them into a short paper, that you probably be having. Snip them into short paper. All right? 15 minutes, 20 minutes. So when you snip them in a short paper, you are already having them in the focus that you are going to be going back to them later. All right? And as soon as you start the conversation, you revert back to the underlying keywords and you connect them to your answers. This is the most important aspect of your success in listening. If you don't do it, you will fail. All right? So you have to revise that, get used to it, practicalize it, find yourself going through that capacity of being able to focus carefully on the questions in the first 2 minutes of every part, because they will always ask you, you have 15 minutes, you have half a minute to check your work, or you have half a minute to read your questions. They will always give you the opportunity, but add that half a minute to the 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes that you'll be having earlier. You can read a lot of questions and underline them prior to the start of the conversation itself, because we have the preamble and we have the conversation. Let's go to reading. What is the most important thing you should pick up in your reading? Number one, time management. Never allow tension to tempt you. Tension is not to put you into error. Tension is to give you proper perspective. So never allow tension to tempt you. What do I mean? Put your focus on simple questions for the first 5 to 10 minutes of every passage. And then the last 5 to 10 minutes, put your focus on hard questions. Don't spend more than 1 minute or 1.5 minutes on a question. Underline the keywords first in the question before you move to pick the synonyms of the keywords in the passage. Once you see that it is 15 minutes, drop that passage. If you add what I said, type it down. Drop that passage. It's very important. This is very, very key. Never be tempted to spend more than 15 minutes on one passage, even if you're number 2. Do you hear what I said? Don't be tempted to spend more than 15 minutes on one passage, even if you're number what? My app man. I wish my app man is here. So you are able to discipline yourself with time. Insist on working with time, even if time is working against you. All right? That is the most important thing about reading. Let me add one more thing to the reading. In your reading, the last 15 minutes should be dedicated to questions that you did not answer in the first 15 minutes. The last 15 minutes should be dedicated to questions that you are not able to answer in the first 15 minutes, because you must have spent 45 minutes altogether. Remember that the last 15 minutes is dedicated to questions you are not able to answer. In that last 15 minutes, you are not rushing. You are thinking. No matter how much pressure there is around the all, be thinking and be quite reflective so that you can pick accurate answers. Listen to me. If in the first 15 minutes, you are able to answer 25 questions, it is very likely that you delayed a lot. And by that possibility, you might have picked the right answer. And because you might have picked the right answer, it is important for you to find a way to ensure that you add up, which means that in that 25, you might be getting like 23 or 22. So what you should try to strive for with the remaining 15 minutes left is that you want to get as much as 8 or 9. So you must be focused with how you are picking your answers in the last 15 minutes so that you can actually add up to whatever you have gotten earlier. But I often advise people, if you are prompt with time, you might likely do more than 25 questions. If you are prompt with time, you might do more than 25 questions. So it is a matter of focus. And if you do more than 25 questions, or you do up to 30 or 35, it's also an advantage, because whatever you get, you are trying to add up to it. So the last 15 minutes is like bonus. As a matter of fact, some people have finished the whole questions in 45 minutes. So the 15 minutes left is just for them to read through, find out which one I didn't get very well. Let me see. And that is the level you should be before going for the exam. And how do you go into that? Respect time. Never spend more than 15 minutes on one question or on one passage, no matter how much pressure you feel. All right. Having said that, one more thing I want to say about reading is that ensure that you understand the difference between simple questions and hard questions. Answer simple questions first, hard questions last. And the hard questions, you don't need to work with time. Work with getting the answers. The answers can be sort of disorganized, but ensure that you're not under pressure. Clearly set your mind and try and pick the right answers, one after the other. Let's move to writing. The only key secret for writing is master the keywords. Write it down. Master the framework. Write it down. Master the framework. Master the framework. If you can master the framework, Bridget Odunayo, interesting. Who is Bridget Odunayo? Class don't start. That was so. Oh my God. So you must, if it is possible, cram the keywords. Listen, a lady once accosted me and said, "Sir, to be honest, everything you taught me about writing, I don't understand." And this lady got 7 in writing. I said, "How did you do it?" He said, "Hey, sir, I crammed every of the framework, carry it on my head like this, enter the exam hall, poured it." In fact, when I started, she told me what she did. So when she entered the exam hall, she quickly wrote the framework on the exam sheet before they started. Are you following what I'm going to say? So while you are doing that, she was writing the keywords that she will not forget. So when the time for the exam came, she just looked at the question. Okay, how do you know choice essay? She saw, okay, true, false, not given. I mean, how do you know choice essay? You agree or disagree? Oh, this is first essay. Just carry choice essay, copied it into her notes. And guess what? She has 7 gidigba. Meanwhile, someone that is trying to speak English language will have 7.5. Because what they are looking for in writing is not your English. If you like, speak English like America in your writing. They don't care. What they are after is, are you using the right words? And the right word is the framework. The framework is what you will have to learn. If you don't learn it, your essay does not have foundation. And it's bound to crumble. As simple as that. So, if that is what you used to like to do before you sleep, to start with, perhaps the foremost reason why so and so is so and so is so and so. For example, this implies that so and so and so, as well as so and so and so. For example, so and so and so and so. Else it can be seen that so and so, full stop. Further, in addition, cram it. That is the secret. If you can write it, cram it down, write it. And if you can master it, master it. There are 2 ways to it. You can cram and you can master. But you cannot do the 2. You either cram or master. How do you cram? They call it put it in your head. That's what you open your head like this, put it inside, seal it back. Cram. Master means repeatedly write it. And that one takes time. So if you're writing tomorrow and you have not mastered it, cram. You know, I observed that some of the people that are writing, they forget some lines. If that is your case now, go and keep writing. Just keep writing. Even if you are copying and pasting, just keep writing. Keep writing. You will get to a point it will become what you are writing naturally without forgetting. You can write it up to 20 times. You are fine. All right. Try and write it without a question. Okay. Discussion essay. Generally, it can be said that it's widely argued that a school of thought are alluded as so and so, while others think otherwise. Full stop. This essay we discuss. So please, in your brain, that is the solution. There are other rules, so but if you can do that one, you get 6.5. All right, at least 6.5 will be yours. Do you understand? Do you understand me? Facial expression, I need that. Speaking, last one, speaking. Now, for this principle is also applicable. It's also applicable to tax 1. There's also a format for tax 1. But tax 1, you may be able to go through tax 1 without necessarily a format. The main thing about tax 1 is that ensure that every of your sentence starts with a what? With a corrective device. And try to manipulate every sentence, not to look the same. All right? There's what they call CCTV, CVTC, CVCT. Now, if you have not heard the class, you may find it difficult to understand. But what that implies is that every of your sentence should not be the same structure. All right? Now, if you're writing tomorrow, and you don't know this thing, chat me personally. Maybe we'll discuss it, okay? Because I can't teach now. That's why I said some of these things require like an hour or 2 lecture. But I'm just telling you what you need to revise. The first thing you revise tomorrow, when you are waking up, you have read, done reading and listening. So if you feel okay, open your booklet. Oh yeah, to start with. Moreover, just read through those things. Find your mind, play around it, see that you are getting it clearly. That gives you some confidence. All right. For your speaking, everybody says speaking. Sadly, nobody will be able to respond. They will only say it. So, how do you do with speaking? Number 1, you need confidence. So, what I've advocated is what we call what? Breathing in and what? Nobody responded. Breathing in and what? Laughing out. Breathing in and laughing out. That is this model to deal with speaking. You breathe in and you laugh out. The major reason why people fail speaking is not because they cannot speak good English, but because they don't have the confidence in front of a strange examiner. So, what makes you pass speaking? Write this down. Your normal speaking capacity plus confidence. You don't need extra. See, if you like, speak like Oyoman, doesn't matter. Speak like Igbira man, doesn't matter. Speak like an Hausa man, it doesn't matter. Confidence. Your normal, you see, the English that made you pass primary school, secondary school, and tertiary institution is okay to pass speaking. But the added value is confidence. If you don't have confidence, in fact, I remember the first time I ever did the second time I wrote the exam, second time, I wrote it 5 times. Second time I wrote the exam, I stood in the mirror and I was like saying, in the exam, I will talk like this. Okay. When the aptitude eliminates I was planning what I will say. I was trying to plan it, like practice. Guess what happened when I entered the exam? I just found myself saying nonsense. Like I forgot everything I crammed. And I was saying absolutely the opposite. And I now thought to myself, why did that happen? Number 1, your confidence space does not have the capacity to cram. If you have ever spoken confidently before, if you are trying to remember what you are trying to say at the time you are speaking, you will not remember. Who has this happened to before? Somebody bullied you and you wanted to talk back angrily. Will you remember what you crammed? Somebody insulted you and wanted to talk angrily. Say, okay, let me remember this bombastic, or non-elementary, in figurative, on serious. Will you remember all those things? If you cram it, you forget. What you remember is get out, something like that, or leave me alone, something. There's a natural way you will speak when you are angry. Now, that natural way you are speaking is correct. Okay? Don't let anybody tell that you don't have to speak English. You can speak English. That way is all right. But the only thing is that be confident when you are in front of the examiner. And that confidence will come in two ways. Number one, don't subject yourself to local or cultural speech anywhere. Make yourself speak the way you will like to speak during the exam in non-exam conditions. Do you get my point now? Because you are trying to be natural. So you will want to speak to the examiner the way you will speak to your friend at work, colleague at work. You want to speak to the examiner the way you will speak to a market woman. Are you following me? You want to speak to the examiner the way you will speak to anybody. And so if you have been used to that, all right, when you get to the exam, just answer their questions as they are coming to you. All right, for example, how will you deal with a bully? You don't need to think too much. If the first answer that comes to mind is I will slap him, modify that slap. Just look for a word that will not make you appear insultive, which is the reason why you will also need to also modify the way you speak naturally. So, for example, if you're writing tomorrow now, from now, start trying to modify your answers to look formal, natural speaking. Dealing with a bully, I'm not going to be comfortable with anything he does, and I'm going to try and make him know how I feel every way possible. That is also slapping. But you see, that thing I just said now is not coming from a lot of thinking. It's just coming from what I would have done, but I'm trying to make it formal. Do you understand what I'm trying to say now? So I'm formalizing my raw answer. Now, what I describe speaking to look like is you are speaking to your uncle, elderly uncle. Now, if you're speaking to your elderly uncle, there's a different way you will speak compared to if you're speaking to your cousin. Are you following me now? You will likely be more respectful. Am I correct? Like where you will have said something like, you are not serious. You say, sir, you seem to appear a bit funny today. Of course, the word you want to say is you are not serious, but you want to modify so that it don't look like you are insultive. I don't know whether I'm making sense to anybody right now. So your expression must also tally with your communication. You can't be saying, oh, that day was very, very amazing. It was very, and your eyes is looking angry. It was very, very amazing. I was visited by what that guy did. I mean, I was about what that guy, I was even laughing. I was laughing, and you are laughing. Look at his face. I'm laughing, and you are looking. I'm laughing, and you are looking angry. You know, that the person did he cram it? Because it would be like, as if I don't know what laughing means. You get my point now. So they ask you to talk about a memorable time in your childhood, and maybe you want to talk about something bad. You say, my uncle died. Your uncle died and you're laughing. So it's contradictory. You must be able to speak, act what you are speaking. In fact, let me tell you something about speaking. Most of the speaking that happens, the examiner get carried away by the reaction of the examinee. Sometimes they have to force themselves not to laugh. You understand? And it's a way of just being professional. That's all. You will laugh and slap your back. But because you're also trying to ensure that you are not too vocal, and at the same time you are also not too inward. So that sense of formality is also important. At the same time, be yourself. So formalize, present yourself in a formal way. You can't go to a party of celebrities and you're just jumping up and down, screaming. Yes, you will try to be, you will try and comport yourself in a way, just to avoid anybody saying anything that probably might look, insultive to you. At the same time, you also want to be yourself. So all of these things are what I want us to frame up together into your behavior as a way of trying to ensure that you do not also appear to be a robot, who have crammed what to say, I've read, and I want to copy what I said and paste it to the examiner. Mind you, copying and pasting allows you to stammer and stutter. That's cramming. When it comes to speaking, cramming is not allowed because you will stammer and stutter. Do you know why you will stammer? You will likely forget your lines. Your examiner will always test if you are smart, if you are cramming. And what they will do is that they will change the question. So when you are trying to answer a question and they see that you are talking monotonously like a robot, they just say, okay, thank you. What do you do if this one doesn't happen? They know that you're in trouble. You know, say, actually, you see, so the yeah, that's failure already. Are you following me? That's failure already. So avoid cramming as much as you can. Just be yourself. So I will teach you. So the way we round up this session is to teach you how to breathe in and laugh out. Has anybody seen me do this thing before? Breathing in and laughing out. Okay. Most of our people that are here, I don't know. Okay, nobody has seen me do that before. Okay. Blessing, do you want to try it for us? So, Sarah, have you seen me do the breathing and laugh out before? Have you seen it before? Okay. All right. So Sarah, Blessing will demonstrate it for us, and everybody will do it one after the other. That's now. If you're not on video, you can't do it. I want to only have people that are on video. Like I said, I could have done better if everybody was on video. I still feel I have a lot of things I can express, but when I'm having a perception that not everybody listens to me, it limits what I'm able to communicate out. And that's the reason why I keep pleading for that. You understand? And please do not mind that. That is my weakness, okay? But please accept it with me, which is why I encourage everybody, try to come out of your shell. It's more like a way of encouragement for me as a person, okay? All right, so Blessing, you will try and do the laughing and breathing in and laughing. It's just the way I said it. You breathe in deeply and you laugh out loud. That's it. All right. It's going to take a few. So I think Sarah has also watched me do it before. Sarah will do it for us. Blessing will do it for us. And then I don't know if Bokeh is your name. It looks like, I don't know if that's a correct name. You do it for us. If not, let me know your name in the whatever. Oladrian too, you might also do it for us too. And then I will just have a few questions and then we call it a day. So I'm going to unmute. Okay, Blessing, I believe you are unmuted now. So everybody watch her. You sit straight. All right, Grace. All right, Grace. Oh, you can't do it because you're on the word. All right, that's fine. So Grace, go on. Blessing, go on, please. Now, understand what she did. She breathed. Now, this is the chest region. You breathe in. Of course, your chest is going to rise while you're breathing in, and then you gather enough fear. So that year, you now expel it forcefully in the way of loud laughter. That's it. Okay. So you just forced me to do just now. You can see my chest region. So that is exactly what it is. You just burst out. Does that make sense? So it's simple. Now do that one tonight, tomorrow morning, and when you go to the exam hall, I want to talk about what to do in the exam hall. When you get to the exam hall, arrive there 2 hours before the exam.
No.
Exam time what said you get out of the room. Oh my God. All right. So
before you go into the exam hall.
Yeah. So once you get to the exam hall 2 hours before, empty your bowels at least twice. Very important. Empty your bowels twice. I advise don't take a lot of water, just a sips of water. Usually don't allow people to take bottles that are labeled. So Don't worry. And of course, anything that is, if you take a bottle that is not labeled, nothing should be inside except water, just ordinary water. So you don't need water as such, but just take some sips. And then when you go to the exam, go to the toilet twice. All right. The 2 times you go to the toilet, the first time is to empty, but the second time is to laugh loud. Now, sometimes some people have done speaking before that time, so you don't need to do that. For example, if you are going for a speaking, some people do that speaking after the main exam. Some do it a day before. You understand? So in that case, you don't need to laugh loud. If you're not speaking that same day, you don't need to do that. But if you're not speaking after your main exam, go for your exam first. And then when you come back, go to the toilet and then do it. All right. So it's something you do in the secret, not in the open. If possible, with door closed. Because if you start doing that and somebody come and say, "What is happening? What is happening? Are you all right?" You get my point. So that's important. Laugh, breathe in, and laugh out loud. It's a very powerful. Blessing, tell us what happens when you do that, if you can remember.
There's a relief of anxiety, then calmness.
So it relieves
The heavy weight
anxiety.
is relieved.
It relieves anxiety and it brings calmness. It
Yeah.
makes your chest free. It's more like you breathe in fear and you expel anxiety. That's it. So more like releasing your chest and making it to feel light. That light feeling is psychological, actually, so that when you get to the exam, you can express as much as you can as if you are a running tap. Meanwhile, without fear and without anxiety. Do you understand? Does that make sense, Grace? Does that make some sense? Do you want to try it? Yes, because you have to do it on your own. So let's do it public. Let me assess what. Now remember, I said you have to breathe in first. You don't just laugh loud like no, it's not like that. That doesn't carry weight. It should carry the air that you have. What you are spreading out is the air that you have breathed in, and you are bringing it out forcefully. Do you get the point? So that's the force. The force is what makes the laugh to be loud, not your voice. Okay. So how we know that you're using it is because is that when you've expelled the air, it will sound very low. That means that you did not expel anything. But when you expel the air and it comes forceful and it comes loud, that means you actually truly. And you can't do it while lying down. You do it while sitting down because that's when your lungs is positioned in a way that can allow for that expelling to take place easily. All right. So who wants to try? Let me start with those people that I can see. If you truly want to try this and you want to see if you are good enough for it, kindly turn on your video because I'm not going to call anybody that's not on video. Okay, Grace wants to try. Go on. You have to accept to so for the writing framework, I cannot give writing framework in this class. It's too detailed for this class. You understand? Chat me if you're writing tomorrow, and I will know that you're writing tomorrow. Real life, I will see that you're writing tomorrow. Why is Justin changing his picture? Just us. You are seeing messages, but now you are saying. Anyways, Grace, are you ready? Go on. Absolutely top notch. That's accurate. Actually, you can keep your breath a bit so that you'll be able to expel for a longer period. Now, the reason why your breath exactly it could be longer, but yeah, you tried. The expelling force showed that you had some air inside you. The expelling length showed the number of minutes you have kept the air. Did you get the picture now? So if I'm able to breathe in for like 1 minute, I will likely have that flow for like a minute. But of course, that's not even the important thing. The important thing is that you will have released yourself. You will feel some sense of relief around you, some aura of relief. It's just psychology. Are you following me now? And that actually can help you to do well than if you did not do it in the exam. It's a way of forcefully expelling anxiety. Do we have anyone that wants to try it for us again? The kind do you want to try it for us? You want to try it? Okay. Let me. So thank you, Grace, for the attempt. Well, of course, you can do more of that on your own. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Okay, so now you had a bit of length, but the force was not strong, but it's fair enough. The aim is to come out with force. That force is very, very important. You understand? So if I try to do it right now, I can do it, but I don't have enough gas. So I have to just allow myself to soak in some gas. You see that? You get it now. And I'm trying to make my voice loud. Now you can decide not to make your voice loud. It's okay. Like you know, but for me, the loudness of the voice is what to make the force to be stronger for me to be able to pump out what I want to pump out. But if I'm careful not to be loud, the pumping will not be as strong as I want. And the relief I might feel may not be as strong as if the pump was very loud. Did you get the picture? So that's the objective of that loudness. You understand? So it's just a psychological mechanism. The aim of the psychological mechanism is to allow you to feel relieved. I know when you laugh like that, it comes with some form of, let's call it fun. With that fun can just allow you to feel different. You understand? The sense of fear will come down. As if you're just cracking joke around with yourself and all of that. Do you get the picture? Yeah. So thank you for that trial. Do you want to try it for us? Good. Go on. All right. Yeah.
Okay.
That is, you see, that is it. You see the loudness. Yes, you could have improved on the length of holding the air, but yeah, the loudness what I'm after. That loudness is an intentional stuff. You will have to be loud by yourself. You understand? And you will naturally feel relieved. I can tell you the truth. This thing, it works for hundreds of my candidates naturally. You understand? Almost everyone I taught to do this and they did it pass speaking. If they didn't pass the remark, they give them extra 1 mark. So it's an assured way of at least preparing for the exam. Like I said, it's for someone that is preparing for exam tomorrow. You understand? Thank you very much. That was strong. Enoch, do you want to try that for? Oh, Enoch is not hearing me. I can assure that she's not hearing me. I can't pick him. Okay. So do we have questions? All right, you have a question? Go on. I will be allowing everybody to ask their question, and I will be answering it one after the other. Okay, go on.
In this for speaking in
Yeah,
speaking test, is there any pattern of questions, or they can just choose to ask you anything?
there's a pattern for which they ask speaking questions. They ask you, there are 3 ways: introduction,
Okay.
speech, and interview. Introduction, speech, and interview. So introduction is your name, where you come from, what do you do, how do you do it, and all that. All of those questions in 5 minutes. You are expected to answer them while not being in a hurry. Try to give descriptive responses and let your answer be as open as possible. Don't say yes or no. Always try to give elongated answers. And as a matter of fact, try not to stop talking until you are told to do so. That is for introduction. Now, for the speech, they will give you a little paper to prepare your speech. They will have given you the areas you want to cover. So you just snip in your notes for 1 minute. Then the second minute or the next 2 minutes, what they are focusing on is how you want to speak. So you just speak on those points. Like I said, when you're having that kind of speech, I will advise that you start from the past, move to the present, and talk about the future. So whatever you are trying to talk about, always start from the past. For example, they're asking you a place you went, when you were young. You just say, well, when I was a baby, that is your past, the past of that incident. You understand? Just try and look for a past that will allow you to say story, because what they are looking for to mark is the things you are saying, and you must talk until they stop you. Do you understand? When it comes to the interview as well, same principle. Try to always start from the past, come to the present, talk about the future, no matter what they're asking you. And of course, don't stop talking until you are told to do so. Does that make sense?
One last question. One
Go
last
on, please.
question.
Go on, go on, go on, go on.
Um, do you really need to speak Fone, or you can just talk naturally as you choose?
You missed my early class. That's what I was saying. Be natural and confident.
Okay.
Don't go and say flabbergasted, flamboyant enthusiasm. You know what they do? They will analyze what you are saying. They will look for the meaning. If it doesn't tally, that's their rule. No, so if you are saying that there was an enthusiastic response, you can be right, because enthusiastic means that someone that is happy or someone that is excited. But if you say there was a tranquilizing response. What is the meaning of tranquilizer? Tranquilizer means that someone that wants to calm something down. So are you saying that your response that you gave wanted to sleep or make someone to sleep? So you have to be careful of words that will put you into trouble. You understand? Use your not normal English. If you are able to remember any phone and the phone is meaningful, you can now slot it in and let the phone not just meaningful, but be topic specific. There's another difference. So topic specific means that you are speaking the phone that is agreeable with that topic. You understand that? You are talking about education. You are not bringing health inside it. That's trouble. We can't be talking about the medicine under educational topic. No, medicine deals with health. Don't bring medicine into health issue. If you're talking about health, don't start talking. Don't bring in topics from agriculture and saying the crop that the students are be fed with. What crop are they eating? Crop? You understand? So you have to be careful of how you use those words so that it tallies. That's why I said be natural. Just flow with your normal kind of speaking. And meanwhile, in that naturality, be formal. Be formal. Okay? Try and coin your words to appear to be grammatically accurate in the ears of whoever is hearing you. Don't go and be speaking a bomb and then be expecting the designer to mark you right. You understand? So all of those things are things you just keep in perspective. And these are things you do on the daily basis. It's not the day you start the exam, you have exam, you don't start practicing. No, you do it on a daily basis. I hope that's clear. Thank you very much for those. So do we have anyone other person with questions? If there are no other questions, I want to assume that everybody seems to be okay with what we have done so far. Can I assume? Am I allowed to assume? I think I'm allowed to assume, am I? All right. So for those who are writing tomorrow, I wish you the best of luck. Tomorrow by 5 a.m., hopefully by, should I say 5 a.m.? I'm thinking that we should make it maybe 6 a.m. tomorrow. We should be walking into our reading conference. And then by 9, we'll be moving to our second class for the May-June class. So if you probably want to, tomorrow we're starting reading tomorrow for the May-June section. You want to join the May-June sponsorship class, tomorrow is a good day to join. Please be part of the May-June session. If you want to join, just chat me now, and then I will let you know what to do. All right, to join. This is my number is +44 7533 620 437. That's my number. So that's the numbers. If you probably want to join, I will let you know what to do to join. And of course, you have not done your ski. You want to do go via the sponsor pathway. It's still very open. Be part of it, and let's see how we're able to get the best from all of these things. All right. So thank you, everyone, and kindly have a wonderful time today, and see you tomorrow by 5 or 6. I'll let you know whether it's 5 or 6 a.m. tonight. Thank you very much, and have